This is William Tincup and Ryan Leary. You are listening, hopefully watching, the You Should Know podcast. We've got some exciting news today from a former guest. His Inside the C-Suite podcast with us is one of the top most listened to podcasts. So Steve Cox from Employ, and he's got some exciting news that we're going to explore today. So Steve, do us a quick introduction.
Yeah, hi everyone. Steve Cox. I'm the CEO of Employ. Been here for about 12 months now. So new to the HR tech space, but been in the technology and software space for, dare I say it, 30 years now.
Yeah, at one point you stopped saying years. At one point it starts working against you.
Although years sounds a lot better than decades.
I was about to say.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. So tell us a little bit about this exciting news. Just give us the headline.
We're really excited about, the Pillar acquisition and, Pillar as a company and the technology that they have. As employers, a business, we've spent some time, settling the business, bringing together the three brands. And so we've really started to think about, how do we start to find pinch points in the workflow, areas of inefficiency where that we can go out and either build or buy really cool AI type technology that can transform the workflow and really give efficiency. And in doing that, one of the companies that we came across was Pillar.
So why now? Why is now the time to make this move?
I mean, look, that's a great question. And everybody is using the same messaging that I see in the market, right? It's like, we know that recruiters need to be more efficient, right? Everybody wants to hire faster, better, smarter. Recruiters are being asked to do more with less. Never before has there been a time that this has happened. But everybody's talking about it, right? And, I've been in this company now and in this space for a year. And, I've had a huge opportunity to talk to a lot of customers, a lot of recruiters. I think I told you this before. My wife's a recruiter. So, I don't get away from recruiting even when I go home at night, right? She's like, I think of her as like,
could you fix this? Could you fix this?
Yeah. She's
great.
like,
I guess the big question is, does your wife approve of the acquisition?
She
Oh,
does.
100%.
She's a convert. She's a massive fan. She's like my deputy chief product officer. In all seriousness, everybody's talking about it. And I think there's a lot of companies, talking about AI. And I feel like there's a lot of AI washing going on, right? Everybody wants to put AI at the end of everything and on top of everything. And, to your question, why now? Is, Employ was the coming together of three really good technology companies, Jazz, Lever, and JobFight. And, it was a lot of work that's taken place over the last 12 months to integrate those businesses and, to build what I see as a really good market-leading talent acquisition platform. And we've done an element of work around AI, right, that we've brought into our systems and into our platforms and into our process. But the more I sit and look at where the industry is today, and the amount of choice and the amount of challenges they face, I see a lot of people partnering, add-ons and bolt-ons. And I'm a huge fan of partners, huge fan and an advocate of partnerships. But when it comes to the core workflow, right, everything from pre-sourcing right the way through to offer, we are the market leader in that space. I want to own that space. And to do that, I have to have the best tools and have the most efficient tools to be able to give people what they need. And so, we feel like as a company, we see the market starting to hunker down a little bit. We feel like, people are trying to figure out what they need to go do. And so I decided, to be bold, right? And to be brave and to come out and say, we're going to put our money where our mouth is. We're going to go build, we're going to go buy, and we're going to go find opportunities to just drive efficiency in that workflow. And I think that is something that I'm really proud of, that as Employ, we aren't just sitting back figuring out how we're going to do some of this. We're actually going out and changing the game.
Steve, in pre-show, you were telling me that you've been looking at this deal and working on this deal since October, Q4.
Yeah.
It closed on Sunday over the weekend, which is amazing. And you announced today. What's the plan to kind of release this into or infuse this into your products, your key products?
Yeah, no, great question. I mean, look, we've been talking to, Mark from Pillar since, I think we started talking in October. And so, it's been quite a long, drawn out, conversation and thinking about how we add value to both sort of companies. We've already done a full integration into Lever, right? So we actually completed that last Friday before the acquisition was complete, right? So we are fully baked into Lever now. Obviously, we now move on to do the same thing in JobVite, which we aim to complete by the end of the month. And so really for me, it's about thinking about not just taking AI and putting it on top, right? It's about taking AI and using it inside the workflow to kind of drive those efficiencies.
Where do customers come into play? Acquisitions are tough, but it can cause messaging issues or confusion with clients and customers that maybe are resistant to change or what's going to happen. What do you say to them? How do you break this news and what's in it for them?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, look, the customers are key of everything, right? Because that's why we're here, right? Our job is to serve our customers, right? And build technology. So I think it's important that, we make those connections. We have that transparency with the customers about what's happening. We've already reached out to all of the Pillar customers, to talk about, what this means for them, right? And what this means for them is, Pillar is a relatively, small company, in terms of size and scale of resources. Now Employ brings a lot more resources, to that, from day one. So we are already, working on doubling the size of the engineering team. Yeah, and we're doing that by augmenting from people that we have already inside our organization that know our products. So bringing together their engineering team and our engineering team, that's going to bring a lot of benefit and allow us to accelerate their roadmap and our roadmap and also our new combined roadmap. So that's going to be a really big win for customers. And then I think also, if I think about other things that we can bring, we have a lot of size and scale in terms of data, right? We process somewhere in the region of about 1 million interviews a month. Right now, if you think about the volume of data that we suddenly bring, and so, we have openings now to expand our data science team. And so, Pillar's going to go from a, small funded, startup type initiative, AI company to now being part of Employ, where we are just going to double down on investment in data scientists in terms of engineering, and the volume of data that we are going to bring, that we are going to be able to use to train our models and drive decisions is just going to be game changing for our customers. So initial feedback's been really positive and they're really excited.
Well, and you, if I remember correctly, you do a lot of work with your CABs, your customer advisory boards. And so you do a lot of work there. So kind of getting them on board to where they understand the acquisition, et cetera.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have I mean, your timing couldn't be any better. We have a customer advisory board coming up. I think on March the 17th. And so we're hosted in Denver. We opened a new office in Denver, Colorado. We have about 15 of our kind of key customers who are coming. And, we've got some really exciting things that we're doing, with our customers. Additionally, customer advisory boards, for me, they're a little bit kind of benign. People will turn up and, it'll be, let me show you the product roadmap. Let's talk about the business. We're doing things a little bit different. We have some analysts to share some of the future of work information. We're going to talk a little bit about what we do. And then we're going to run a little bit of a Shark Tank initiative where we're going to ask our customers to kind of go off in groups and say, hey, if there was one problem that we could solve that would give you back the most amount of time or help you create a better candidate experience, what would it be? Right? And then we're going to get them to do some kind of pitch style competition. We're going to have some fun with it. And then we're going to use that to influence some of the roadmap.
That is fantastic. Okay, so last question for us is, let's fast forward a year. And we are having a podcast again. We're doing some type of bit together. How will you evaluate success of this acquisition?
I mean, for me, it really comes back to customers and customer feedback, right? I want to be able to have my actions match my words, right? And when I say that, we intend to own the workflow from pre-source to offer. We intend to build or buy AI technology that's going to create the most efficiency. The feedback from our customers in terms of our customer growth, our customer retention, our customer satisfaction scores will tell me that we've been successful. And obviously, as a company, we grow, we bring value to our shareholders as well as part of it. But our customers will tell us. The voice of the customer, for me, is always the most important way of knowing how successful we've been.
Steve, thank you so much. We know you're very busy now with this acquisition today. So congrats to you and the employee team. Congrats to Mark. And, of course, the Pillar team. We're excited to see what happens moving forward, and we're going to check in. We want to see where this goes, and we're going to keep following.
And listen, and I look forward to checking in with you. And just if I could leave you with one thing, I mean, this may be the first acquisition that we've done. This won't be the last. We're talking to probably over 35 different companies right now that bring AI efficiency in our workflow. And, we're ready to go make moves in the market to bring this to reality.
So smart.
Hopefully we'll be on another one of these talking about the next one pretty soon.
We'll see you next week. Maybe.
You never know, Ryan. You never know.
Congratulations, Steve. Thank you for your time, brother.
Thanks very much, guys.